Greetings, fellow members of the battle fleet. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Nexerelin, episode 16, Nexus. Oh, they're fighting me now. So it's two brilliants, which are cruiser class. Let me see about just rolling out my biggest ships against this fight. This is a mock test. A mock test, because this is not the strongest redacteds. This is 3 battleships against 2 cruisers. I also did not auto-group my weapons. I just changed the auto-fire to fix, but if you guys would okay, you guys, I know you're aggressive, but holy cow, you're just maneuver burning way ahead of me. If you guys could remind me at the end of this fight to fix my ship build, that would be helpful. So that's, you can see the Conquest is going with missile suppression. Just missile spam. And then the Legion has essentially fighter spam. So they're, I don't know if I designed them well, but the intent was to have a high pressure build where we pressure the enemy to the point where they can't function very effectively. And the Legion does have like what I would consider meta fighters, so that's good too. Alright, let's take out this Fulgent. These little glimmers are kind of annoying too. Oh, come on. Got away with like 1%. So another thing to note is if you saw the torpedo that Fulgent fired at me, it was shot down before it even reached me by my integrated point defense AI. Yep, keep hopping around, like that's gonna matter. My lasers don't care. You stay away from me or you die. It's the 2 options you have. And I vent my flux really fast. Okay, so this Legion is getting harassed hard, but not to the point where it's gonna risk death. One of the advantages of Legion, of course, is you can... It's especially because it's a 14th battle group, it's super, super tanky. Alright, what's left? There is a Glimmer. Oh, here comes the missile spam. Enjoy. And he's overloaded. Even my missiles are firing off. And done. Not bad, not bad. My relation with the remnant has decreased. Oh no. Alright, so here's a subordo. Hey, there's a brilliant that I can... we're dropping straight into another fight. That's another thing that's going to happen is they're just not going to let off in the fight. But that's fine. I did say to fix things, and man, I dropped into this fight so fast that I couldn't. Luckily, I can just hit Control 567 to put them in auto fire. And this should be a quicker fight because there's fewer brilliants. Come on, a little closer. Alright, this Fulgent wants to die. I will oblige. Those dumbfired missed hard. And if I push up to the lumens, because the lumens jump around, but if I stick myself around the lumens where they can't jump without getting lasered, they get popped pretty quick too. Ah, Scintilla. Been a while since we've seen one of those. Support. It's like a little mini carrier support variant. I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Go after the Brilliant. And I'll hit Full Assault. Because I had previously told the Conquest to escort the Legion, but I don't think that's necessary given that half their fleet's already dead. So if you think of the game as a bit of rocks, paper, scissors, I am definitely very strong against missiles because of all the integrated point defense AI that I have. I actually really don't know what the weak point is of this Paragon. Maybe like Dooms, if they're gonna like minefield me, because I have very low maneuverability. But against fighter spam and against missile spam, that's really not gonna work against this Paragon all that effectively. I don't think. Don't forget my fire groups. You know I'm gonna forget like 5 more times, right? Legion, can you just... If you just move out of the way... There we go. Shields? Who needs shields? Yeah, actually against missile ships, I don't even need my shields up because their missiles are just not gonna reach me. It's not hubris, it's that I have like 20 lasers that shoot them down. As you see, missiles get nowhere. It's pretty funny. No! Conquest! What? Okay, whatever. He totally got in my field of fire, but it was fine. I can't loot this Brilliant because more subordos that are coming in. Could you just leave me alone for a second so I could, you know, loot? Alright, here we go. Weapon groups. So high intensity lasers, heavy burst, ion, heavy burst, salamanders, and tacticals. Cool. Confirm. And save. I want to repair my fleet a little bit before I jump into even more fights. This isn't even the redacted fight that I wanted to enter into, but these guys just won't leave me alone, and there's loot. Okay, so here is a better example of a larger fight because it's 2 redacted fleets together. You have 4 Brilliants and a whole bunch of spam. And my ships have been worn down a little because of previous fighting. So let's see. Trying to figure out how I want to build. Yeah, I'll do that. So the Falcon escort the Conquest. Oh, the salamanders were an auto. They are now. Thanks for that warning. I wouldn't have noticed. Although, I stuck the salamanders in. Like, part of me, I almost want to like strip them out for other mods that I can install on this ship, because I'm not really sure the salamanders are all that effective. So we did get a nav buoy, which is nice. We'll be able to move a little bit faster. They are going to get the everything else. Yeah, let's see if my Oh, the salamander hit. Once. The other alternative that I could hook up is finisher torpedoes instead of salamanders. Alright, I want to be going against the meat of their fleet, not messing with one lumen. Because this conquest could definitely get overwhelmed by multiple brilliance. As you can see, its flux is pretty high. It's autopol. Oh, hello. Oh, look at your little corpse. Scion, you're welcome for the content. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the resub. Hitting a full year. So as we blow up their ships, we unlock additional deployment points so that we can field more of our own ships. Oh, that one got through. How is... Just checking in. I'm gonna have them come to my defense here. So I am getting surround spammed here. I'm gonna drop my shields just so I can work on this Fulgent. Although my engines are taking a beating. I'll just vent. I'm a big armored donut. And I think they already wasted their large torpedoes. Nope, there they are. Unfortunately, my lasers weren't up in time because they had pummeled that side. So as soon as I have engine controls, I'm going to spin back around and try to shred what I can target. Then maneuverability thruster. Oh, my conquest got disabled. Alright, I'm going to abandon this one and not let them stack. I did mention that prior, which was that I should never let two of the remnant fleets stack up. And then, of course, I let it happen as an experiment. So that's a pretty good indicator that I should not take multiple fleets on at once. We're just not... My fleet command could have been better, but we're just not well set up for mega remnant. Paragon's weak side would be... part of that was just my combat readiness was lowered as a result of being attacked again and again and again, back to back without stop. And then part of that was just, yeah, at some point your flux caps out and you need to be left alone a minute so that you can recover. And I never got that left alone part. That barren world there, I think, has ruins. But I don't really want to clear this sector out because this is not our goal. So I'm going to hop out of here and start working on the Athlon sector, which might even be harder. But I'm all for it. So here we go. Let's drop in. That's a fake fleet. If I've ever seen a fake fleet. Oh, no, it's the new... Oh, hello. That's a lot of you. So it's one brilliant. And I'm just going to deploy myself. You know what I might do? Oops, I didn't mean a fortress shield. I might have the Sunder come out with me. So I wouldn't call it a weakness, but one of the things that I need to do is to make sure that I focus fire, because spamming a little bit of lasers at everyone isn't all that effective compared to spamming all of my lasers on one person. So if I spread out the damage that I'm doing to too many targets, I effectively just don't do damage. All I'm doing is fluxing the shields of multiple ships. So it's another... It's just sort of a tactic to consider, is to make sure that the targets that I am targeting are getting targeted by everybody all at once. Otherwise, I'm sort of wasting my flux on nothing. And I didn't really need the Sunder, did I? I lack confidence is all. Okay, I do have a skill point. So how should I level up? Combat, leadership, technology, or industry. So just to cover some of the options, in combat, I could have like helmsmanship for maneuverability and top speed, or combat endurance so I can stay in the fight longer. Some other good ones might be point defense if I'm going to continue doing point defense stuff. It also extends the range of point defense weapons. Target analysis to blow up big ships. For leadership, I could do things like, what would be good? Carrier groups. All ships with fighter bays. All ships get, replaced fighter bays if I'm going to go carriers, or fighter uplink or something like that. For technology, there's a lot of laser benefits as well. There's gunnery implants, so ballistic and energy weapon range goes up. There is electronic warfare if we want to dominate the ECM and reduce their range and increase our range. Or flux regulation for me to have a lot more flux control over the ship. Stuff like that. So I leave this up to you. And I will give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that while I try to clear some of these ordos. Ha! The remnants are running for my fleet. Alright. Even though we haven't really recovered from the last fight, I'm going to field the same. Yeah, Gunlink is intact. So if you want, like, my flagship to be stronger, technology and combat would be the way to go. If you want, like, all the ships to be a little stronger, it would be leadership. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are done with industry. There's not much left in industry that would be high value, in my opinion. Come on, all tack lasers straight ahead. Let's get this brilliant down. So what I did there is I knew that the armor on my ships were high enough that I could just tank their fire, dropping my shields, which meant that I wasn't going to get overloaded. Oh, speaking of overloaded, this Sunder's gone. Bye, Sundy. So that I could take out the Glimmer. AI-controlled Sunders are sometimes really dumb. They're not AI'd well. Because of the industry skills I have, I'll likely be able to recover it for almost nothing now. So don't worry, Ennis Cryon, you're probably coming back, is what I'm trying to say. Don't hit me in the engines. Don't hit me in the engines, that's just rude. Because then I can't, like, turn around and laser your fulgent here. There we go. Now you're dead. Phase lances are going pop, and your whole hull. Oh, you're out of range. Let's go for you. Get rid of these little harassing ships. Unfortunately, the lasers that are, so it looks like you guys want combat. The lasers that I have in back aren't nearly as effective as the ones up front, which means from the rear, it's mostly about mitigating missiles and the like, and I could change those heavy burst lasers that are more point defense-y to better lasers if I have the option to buy them. I think that would be a smart call. So that I'm more omnidirectional, or than unidirectional. Because right now, when they're in back like this, there's not a lot that my rears are able to do for damage. Whereas as soon as they come along the side, when my high-intensity lasers have an arc on them, they get eradicated pretty quick. The other thing to note is against these really small ships, the rotational speed of the large lasers are slow enough that they often don't keep up with They often don't keep up with the ships. Alpha core, alpha core. Yes! And we also got attack lance rather. That's the first alpha core. I better get a whole lot of alpha cores doing this. Clearing, that is. Alright, so I'm gonna sail around a little bit so that my poor little ship here can get repaired. It also wouldn't be a terrible idea to claim the points. So claiming the comms relay and sensor array so that I can see them and whatnot. Hey, buddy. And there's their little Nexus, if I wanted to destroy it. I might actually just do that. Let's get the comms up first. So I'm pretty sure I could take that out and then stop them from respawning. Alright, you wanted to fight me? You don't even have a fleet. He's the real MVP of the stream. I don't deny that at all. Wow. That is what focus lasers look like. Oh, boy. To take out a lumen like that is unusual, because lumens can hop around, you know? But we just did so much burst damage so quickly that he wasn't able to warp out. He just got melted. Whoever's behind me, I think, is trying to take out my engines. But I just want to get this scintilla. So alpha cores are the best type of core. There's alpha, beta, gamma. Gamma cores are pretty weak. They don't have a lot of benefits. Beta cores are actually pretty good in industries, but alpha cores can be used as governors as long as you're not concerned about pissing off other factions. And alpha core governors are incredibly powerful. So alpha cores is something that you want to hold on to and not give away for rep or money if you can help it, because they're important if you ever intend to use them. Oh, this is a frustrating fight. I just can't get close enough. Why not use Tachyon? I could switch to Tachyon and see how that feels. It did get nerfed a little bit from what I've been told, but I haven't actually tried it myself. It used to be more meta, but I don't think it's really meta anymore. Hey, Conquest, you doing good? Yeah, full hull, no flux, you're fine. Alright, I think I have this scintilla within lock now. Nope, it's backing up in time. Come on. There we go, it flamed out. The ion beams, what ended up happening there was my ion beams managed to disable their ship so that they couldn't keep fleeing. It's one of the reasons why some of these fights you see me just absolutely shred a ship. It's because the ion beam disabled something important to that ship and took it offline. The ion beam is this one here, next to my main lasers. Yep, good job. Park behind me. Eat my vented gas. Everyone hates the hedge. The hedge are kind of like, honestly, the hedge are just like governmental Luddites. The Lud and the hedge, I don't see much of a difference between, because the hedge are so anti-technology as well. Okay, so I do have the sensor array in my control. I'm over my fuel capacity, which is kind of funny. I've been salvaging so much fuel that we're gassed up. And level up. I'm going to have you choose combat skill. So helmsmanship, which would give me increased maneuverability and top speed, and elite, gives me extra top speed and a 0 flux speed boost. So basically, if I don't have flux build up, I move even faster. So I'm going to include that. I will include in this field modulation, which reduces the damage that I take by shields and reduces the flux generated by face cloak. I don't really have face cloak. And then the elite is reduces flux dissipation, hard flux dissipation while shields are active. So basically, when you have your shields up, you can still dissipate hard flux slowly. So that's another powerful one. I'm going to call that field mod. Then the other one I could do is, let's go with the last choice, target analysis. So more damage to destroyers, cruisers, and capital ships. And also extra damage to weapons and engines. So that would be target analysis, which I cannot shorten to target ANAL. And then the last one I'm going to include is ballistic mastery. I don't really have a ballistic ship, obviously, but if you ever wanted, well, I'm going to leave that out for now because it's not really applicable. So here you go. 1 minute to vote on the skill. Helmsmanship, which speeds me up and makes me more maneuverable. Field modulation, which makes me tankier. And then target analysis, which helps me blow up big ships quicker. That would be the TLDR, I think. And I missed a pet Yoda. Hey, buddy. Alright, my conquest is full repair. Nice. So my Paragon needs a few days of repair. Like 4 days of repair to be fully ready to go. But all the other ships are good to go. And maybe when I'm full repaired, I'll go after that, the Nexus hub. Okay, helmsmanship it is. So I'm going to spend the story point to bring that up to 0 flux speed boost, which is really nice to have. That way, when you don't have flux build up, you move even faster in combat. Hey, Spicy, welcome. What does elite mean for the skills? So, regular skill points are earned when you level up. And then the elites is you can spend a story point to make the skill even stronger. So helmsmanship without this story point doesn't give me that 0 flux speed boost or extra top speed, but you can spend the story point for it. So other elite skills that I've gotten so far is ordnance expertise for additional flux capacity per ordnance point spent on weapons, or energy weapon mastery with a reduced flux generated by energy weapons. So it just makes you even all that much stronger using story points. I'm going to save, but I think I'm going to gun for the Nexus now. Actually, am I repaired? Yeah, I am repaired. I guess I could have seen down here that fleet-wide repairs are done. So this is just their base. Given that it's just their base, I only really want to field ships that can hit hard. So I'm going to leave the smaller ships out, because small ships tend to get blown up by space stations. Could I leave it to farm? I could have, but Dagon, which is just north of me, also has a Nexus. So I have a farming opportunity just north, and I think it's probably going to be less annoying for trade ships if I don't have a Nexus in my system. Plus, this Nexus is damaged, so I'm not even really sure if it's rolling out Alpha Core-worthy farming. Hey, Eradicator, you might want to back up. Or not, whatever. I'm not the... Well, actually, I am your boss. Back up. Alright, I'm almost in range. This thing's gonna get popped quickly, I think. Might as well put my shields up now. A fully repaired Nexus is something to be feared, but these damaged Nexi, especially without a fleet guarding it, aren't super scary. Alright, I should back up and drop flux. Now that they can't really see me, look at how fast I drop my flux. It's crazy. Oh, I got it. Hey, Bob. Thanks for dropping in. I think this is the only section left. It is getting hammered by the Legion's bombers and... Oh no, there's something left. Oh, there it goes. Remnant station goes pop. Another Alpha Core. Nice. Have to drop some fuel. Milestone awarded. Enemy at the gates and Ashes of the AI War. So... that is destroying an enemy station and defeating an enemy remnant Nexus. All right. So these cargo pods are mostly just fuel, right? Yeah. I don't really need to put fuel into stable orbits. Okay, let's save. And then continue to clean up whatever remnants are left in the system so that the system is rendered safe. So I think there's just a bunch of remnants guarding the jump points. Subordos. Yeah, there's a lot of brilliance here. I don't want to fight them all at once, but one at a time would work. You like using your story points for planets mostly? I do too. I only really consider the story points for this Paragon because I am likely to use this Paragon forever, or at least for a long time. But I wouldn't consider story points for other ships. The only time I would ever consider story points for ships over planets is if you were going like a pirate run, where there's just a very limited amount of trade that you can do because basically everyone hates you. So you might as well not up your industry because you're not selling anything to anyone anyway. And in that case, it might make sense to have S-modded built-in ships. Yo, Conquest, it'd be, like, super helpful if you did not cut me off. Oh, my lord. Bomber spam. That Fulgent just got wrecked. That was, like, full to almost dead in a second. Yep, that Brilliant just got bomber spam too. Oh, man. That was nasty. So I'm moving at 89 speed, which is considerably faster because of that zero flux engine boost, which is nice. Allows me to catch up when I don't have flux. Oh, he's dead. Don't even need to chase that. Alright, where are they? The missiles are spicy. Yeah, I feel like I built the two other large ships well. Knowing that I had to fight remnants, I didn't build them quick and dirty, which is what I've been doing in the past. I like actually came up with a plan, and I feel like it's working fairly well. They're very effective. That Legion's bomber span is ridiculous. Plus the suppression and the pressure of the Conquest, mixing those two is pretty effective. Conquest, don't move forward anymore. Okay, good. I was about to rock the Conquest. No dumbfire torpedoes coming my way, buddy. This Scintilla is gonna regret it. I think this is less scent on the field. And I probably don't even need to do, yeah, I don't need to do anything. Hey, there's a brilliant. Sitting there. So if I did have the derelict operations... No, that's not. Yeah, that's the... Where's the one that... Oh, no, automated ships. If I had automated ships, I could consider fixing up the brilliance. But I don't think I'm going to go that route. Because I don't really want to do a whole lot of redacted farming. So I'm just waiting for my ships to repair a little bit more. Oh, yeah, that's just the fuel that I dumped. I wonder if my other captains have leveled up. Yeah, Rage did level up. So, Rage... Not now. Rage is aggressive, commanding the Legion. How should Rage, aggressive cap, level up? Now, just because he's captaining the Legion doesn't mean we need to specifically take Legion skills. That'll be up to you. So, damage control. Gunnery implants. Ballistic mastery or energy mastery. I spelled some things wrong, but you get the idea. So damage control reduces the hull damage taken and reduces the crew loss when your hull gets damaged. Gunnery implants increases the accuracy for auto-firing weapons. Ballistic and energy weapon damage goes up. Ballistic mastery increases the damage you do with ballistic weapons and its range. And energy weapon mastery increases the damage and range of energy weapons, more or less. So energy, ballistic, gunnery, or damage control, that's up to you. And I'm going to keep poking around for ships and fleets to clear. So, I think it's just these last 3 that are gate guarding. Which is not so bad. So I'm going to tell them to escort as my personal heavy escort. And we're cleaning this out actually easier than I thought we would. Which is cool. Yep, there we go. The ion beams worked over that brilliant until it had nothing left. It's a weird ship build, I gotta say. I don't normally build them like this. Lunny, thank you for the resub. But the fact that, like, I just have lasers that they basically can't get away from, that heats up their ship. I'm like kind of like a microwave, where it's like, hey, initially you might survive, but eventually the heat's going to get turned up to the point where you fry from the inside. Oh, it's overloaded. Push! And we're done. So much spilled fuel. Alright, you guys want damage control on him. So let's do that. Arcrune leveled up as well, and he's actually about to level up again. So Arcrune is a steady. How should Arcrune level up? He's a steady captain, currently captaining the Eradicator. And he has field modulation for tankier shields and ballistic mastery for more ballistic damage. And his choices is damage control, energy weapon, target analysis, and point defense. So damage control again is reduction in hull damage and crew loss reduction. Energy mastery is better energy weapons, range, and damage. And then target analysis is more damage to large ships, blowing up destroyers, cruisers, capital ships more effectively. And point defense is better point defense against missiles and fighters. Have you voted on that? While I take a little victory lap while I repair. Let me make sure there's not other fleets I don't know about. So there's 2 more Gate Guard fleets. Oh, there's something north of here. Yeah, I think there's fleets in this belt. Yep. One thing I might do is I might actually jump back home, because I don't really have any storage space for anything else. And I've been dumping fuel everywhere because I'm just over my fuel cap. So I'm just going to sell some stuff. And then come back and clean up the rest while I have space for the loot. Hey, Louis. I'm pretty good. Can't I store stuff if I colonize? Oh, right, my transponder wasn't on. Yes, I could. I don't have the spare crew right now to colonize, so if I did that, my ships would crumble. Because when you colonize, you spend 1,000 people, and they're consumed, sort of. I mean, they relocate to the planet. So if I did that, I wouldn't be getting it back. Actually, let's go to Huma and sell the metals to the Persean League. Everything else, I don't have enough for me to care about, but that is a lot of money to Huma. I'll hold on to the tack lance, I'll hold on to the plas cannon, and I'll hold on to the autopulse. I'm not a huge fan of autopulse, but I'd be lying to say if they were useless. They're not useless. They can be pretty strong in certain circumstances. Okay. Confirm. And where were they buying metals? Grigori Orbital in Huma. Might as well, you know, make extra cash, because it's 25 cents anywhere else and 93 cents at that one specific station. So, you know, I have 3,000 of them. That could help pay the bills a little bit. Speaking of which, just had to pay the bills. You guys want target analysis. That's probably what I would have chosen, so cool. I could have just picked up 1K people and start the colony, yeah. I do, yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna get out here to Grigori, and maybe I black market some crew. So I can start the colonial process here. I also have to have you guys decide on what to colonize first. I think it's kind of obvious. Kenton, or whatever it's called. But yeah, I can pull for that while I head on over there in a sec. Yeah. That's a nice boon. 317,000. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm worth it. All right, black marketing about 1,000 crew. I guess we're open to marketing some of them because I'm just out So I need at least 2K. Yeah, I need 200 more crew to be able to colonize and not be a crew deficit. Check if they have new weapons for the Paragon. I should have, Taropa. I should have. I'll do that in just a sec. So here. Now I have enough to colonize, and... Paragon, no lasers. I don't even need to check. There. So, in Athlon, let's get out to Athlon. What should I colonize? So there is the Kitten world. It's a jungle world that it's currently decivilized, but it has extensive ruins and farmland, and it's pretty habitable. And then there is the barren desert world with thin atmosphere and low gravity, so it's more accessible. It also has ruins. I could go straight for a fuel planet, or I could go for military. So what should I colonize? I'll just type it up like this: farming, or fuel production, or shipbuilding. With that said, I will preface that it really helps to have some sort of profitable industry before you start shipbuilding, because otherwise your credits go down the tubes and you can't afford squat. And that's a bad position to be in when you're like hemorrhaging money. Yeah, it's just bad. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 7th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, roleplaying.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, roleplaying.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that made it all the way to the credits. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow pilots,